community is all about just getting people engaged. Let's start talking about networking, let's start talking about partnerships, and really let's bring to the forefront all of those issues that are being affected within our own community and how we can all start working together.
It's important to have the business community involved. Our businesses, our member businesses, their biggest complaint is a skills gap. And when you look out in the community and you realize that you have a big part of the population that it is unemployed or underemployed, and for us we see this as a major opportunity and a big a resource that we can develop and try and get people into our workforce.
Where we're fortunate in Manitoba is that we have one of the youngest and fastest growing demographics in the whole country. So we look at our new Canadian and our refugee population. We can look at, for the first time in the history of Manitoba, young women are starting to see themselves as tradespeople. Young women now believe and know they can be our future carpenters and our future welders. And they can be the people who build our roads and build our houses. And we have to make sure that every young woman in our province recognizes that there's no job that they can't achieve.
To have people like Bill Fontaine come to us and address certain issues about understanding and learning about Aboriginal issues and Aboriginal languages and Aboriginal cultures is something that's very, very, very strong. And then we've got individuals like this afternoon with Joe Roberts and Michael Champagne who are going to talk about the struggles within life and how we can actually start working on getting that changed within our own cities, within our own environments. And this is just to inspire our audience into really looking at change and to motivate them to make sure that we are making those changes happen today.
We have Aboriginal people in every discipline and profession in the country. And so many of them outstanding, right? Outstanding. And so here it is, right? Education. Probably the most important and most significant vehicle for change in the country. And we're doing great things. We should be doing better.
Nobody wants to live in poverty. Aboriginal people don't want to live in poverty, and as a city council, it's really important that when we're thinking about developments, when we're thinking about growing our city, and when we're thinking about having a healthy community, that we are thinking about Aboriginal, First Nations, Métis people that are living in our city, and making sure that we're doing what we can to make those opportunities available, to make sure that the supports and the encouragement and the inclusiveness and all of those things that folks need to be successful in the economy are there.
I'm here today to invite all of you to be a part of the AO movement moving forward, to help us in breaking stereotypes for Indigenous young people, creating opportunities for them to find their gifts and share their gifts, and being that example of hopefulness and helpfulness, so that our young people see it every day, all around them, and the presence of the solution is so overwhelming that they ain't got no choice but to be successful.
He said to me, he says, you know, Joe, he says, you got this whole homeless addiction thing going on. He says, but underneath that, he says, you're a pretty extraordinary guy. He says, there's so much more to you than you can see. He said, there's more to you than you can see. What stood before him in that moment is a man with very low probability. He didn't speak to my probability, he spoke to my possibility. What stood before him is a man with dirty black fingernails, scruffy matted beard, dreadlock matted hair, clothes I've been wearing for months, yellow broken teeth, and a stink. And he said to me, he said, there's more to you than you can see.
We need to start working together. There's been so many situations where you have Group A not knowing what Group B is doing, or Group B not knowing what Group C is doing. This is going to get everybody working together, so that way we have A, B, and C all together, working for one directive and working for the community.